I don't want to go into detail of what you're going to be talking about. So, what part of the city do you live in? I mean,
Sure. Yeah, sure. So originally I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I've been in Arizona.
You look like a Texan.
Sometimes you'll hear the lingo come out, but I've been in Arizona for about 30 years, and I have lived in what is now LD4 in Maricopa. Used to be LD28 for 22 of those years.
That's what part of Maricopa?
It's kind of the Scottsdale,
it's
Arcadia,
the biggest LD, isn't it? LD4?
Paradise Valley area.
Oh, okay. So that's
then who's your favorite football team if you're from Texas?
Texas Longhorns.
Oh, but that's not NFL.
Well, I don't follow college. NFL. When they took the knee, I just couldn't.
That ruined it for a lot of people.
It ruined it for me. And I was a huge
bear
Cowboys
down
fan.
still. Next year's our year, you guys. Okay. Sorry, just had to get that out of the way.
Yeah. No, I was an only child or am an only child. My mom's still around. And I believe my dad always wanted a boy. And so I was raised on football, and I am a huge.
Texas, it's Texas.
Friday Night Lights. Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Wow. And so, as a PC, you were a PC way back.
I've been a PC for quite a while, and I've attempted to go back and recreate the records of when I first became a PC, and Maricopa said they don't have them. I don't have them. It's been at least 20 years, and then I've been a state committeeman for about 15. Of course,
that's a long time.
It's a long time, and also during that time, I was an elected official. I was 2 terms on the Paradise Valley City Council. And 2 terms on the Scottsdale School Board, which is what has led to my passion for local elections.
Wow. Okay, so countdown. Welcome to your Chips and Salsa show. This is Don Jorge El Alacran, and we're in our series, our 4th candidate for the GOP, state GOP, and her name is Pam Kirby. And we're going to have a lot of talk with her because she's so full of life, so full of excitement, and what she's done in the past is fantastic.
But before first, we can get to Pam,
we're going to introduce Cheryl Rosado, my co-host, and she's going to take over.
And I'm just going to take a moment to thank our sponsors because we wouldn't be able to have Pam on the show here without them. And number one, we have elected leadership for SRP, which is these gentlemen who are running for the council and the board positions. It's elected leadership for SRP.com. If you are interested, you have SRP and you need to register to vote. This is a very important election. And we've got some good conservatives here running for board. Kelly Cooper is one of them. He's a friend of the show. So definitely check them out. We also have Canaloo Air, which is air conditioning and plumbing, and National Automotive Repair Mechanic here. Those are local here in downtown Maricopa County. And we would love to have you check them out. One Team, One Dream Foundation. Yes. One Team, One Dream Foundation.org. So thank you to our sponsors. And let's hear from Miss Pam, who is definitely the bubbliest of the candidates that we've had on tonight.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to your audience and answer your questions. It's closer we get to Saturday, the more days away, the more energized I get about. I'm ready to get started on Sunday.
Yep, hit the ground running.
Yes.
And she's making a lot of phone calls. So if you get a phone call from Pam, just remember that is Pam Kirby.
We're making the phone calls. I've got a great team of volunteers helping me. Phone calls, emails, texts. We've got a ground game, and the voter contact is definitely something I'm very proud of.
Is that foreshadowing to your plan for the election cycle itself?
Yes. Overall, my vision is that the AZ GOP goes on offense. And I'm working on right now a 30-day fast start plan that will be rolled out on my website, pamkirbyaz.com. tomorrow or Wednesday. We're shooting for tomorrow, but you'll see the vision and the ground game and the strategy. We're not going to lay it all out because we don't want the Democrats to get wind of it, but you'll be able to see how I'm framing the first 30 days in getting us to November as prepared as we can be.
Nice. So tell us about what you want, like besides the 30-day plan, like maybe something for the other candidates have talked about, like plans with the rural county, whether it's reaching out to them, trying to find out what they think they need, what they want, those things.
So I have really 3 priorities, and they I'll walk you through those real quick. The first one is that we have to win. We have to win in November, and we need to take back our executive offices, expand our legislature, and win up and down the ballot, including the local elections. Cheryl, you know that one of my passions is school boards. And I, as first vice chair, a couple of years ago, we launched an initiative to recruit and train conservatives to run for school boards across Arizona. And that first cycle, there were 500 conservatives who came through the training. 100 of them filed and 55 won in the very first cycle. So that was a significant injection of talent, conservative talent, into the Republican bench. And that work continues. And some of those have gone on to higher offices already. And we have another round of school board candidates running for legislature. So winning, supporting our candidates, and not just, of course, through the election cycle with things like ground game and messaging, but also beyond the election cycle, once they're elected, holding them accountable. The second significant priority that I have is safeguarding our elections. Our elections, the reality is the law hasn't changed much in the past 4 years. We have really what we had in 2020, we have 2022, 2024. So we're going to have, we're going to go on offense there and ensure that all of our poll workers and poll observer slots are fully trained and fully staffed across the state. We did this in 2022, and we partnered with Arizona Federation of Republican Women, and they helped us. They complemented the precinct committeemen in doing that. And so we'll be working on that as well, including also having a legal war chest so that we're able to get involved in the lawsuits that are probably, unfortunately, inevitable. And then finally, and what I'm most excited about is empowering the grassroots. And that is the work with ensuring that our counties are supported and our legislative districts are respected, and having meaningful collaboration with our third-party organizations that share the Arizona landscape and share the mission that we have. I think AZFRW is a really good example. Free Enterprise is a good example. Turning Point's a great example. And then, of course, there's our partners in DC, RNC, NRCC, et cetera. And so those are really the 3 major priorities. Part of that outreach to the counties, because I get asked a lot, well, what are you going to do to support us? What's your plan for us? And my answer to that is, my plan is to ask you what you need. I cannot sit in Maricopa County and tell Yuma what they need. And so what we'll do is we'll lay out a strategy of the work we're going to do, and then we'll work with every county to see, well, do you need assistance in the area, or would you prefer assistance in a different area? And can I give you an example to that? So I was on the phone with an individual in Pinal County, and I laid out this safeguarding our elections, poll workers, poll observers. And his response was, you know what? We've got that covered. We don't need any AZGOP help. We've got enough labor. We've got enough PCs. But he said, you know where we need help? Because we're kind of void in this area. And I said, what's that? And he said, electioneering. He says, we have people sitting in the polls watching, but we have no one out front handing out the stuff. And so that's a really good example where it would make no sense to put resources behind deploying poll workers and poll observers and not fulfilling the need that they really have, which is the electioneering.
I like that. I'm glad that you are talking to them.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the only way we'll be successful.
As you said, you're going to have people like Turning Point and other groups to get out the vote and to knock on doors. So you're going to use those resources also,
well,
without letting them
Yes.
control.
Yes, and they are their own organizations.
Exactly.
They do not fall under the AZGOP leadership. The role in the bylaws, per the bylaws of the chair, is to coordinate activities statewide, and then of course we have the AZGOP organization. But I'm very respectful of the sovereignty of the counties and the LDs. So it's not a top-down organization. It's very much a bottom-up. And my vision is that we work side by side with these other organizations. We collaborate, but we don't. We stand strong, but we don't allow overrun. Right. And I have an example of that too, real quick, is during the 22 cycle, we had a significant ballot curing effort. If you remember, Aim Hamadeh came very close, but the NRSC came into town and they wanted to try to help Blake Masters get across the finish line through this ballot curing effort. So in the AZGOP conference room, we had NRSC leadership, myself, we had candidate leadership teams, and we had a Turning Point. And we were the leaders sitting around a table, much like this, in a conference room, but we had our own teams out in the field. And we were able to work together and collaborate and get the work done. We cured over 10,000 ballots statewide in a very short amount of time. And we had minimal conflict.
Yeah, we can't afford the conflict. We can afford everybody getting together, helping each other, becoming a team, but not conflict. Oh, you're better than me. No, you're bigger than me. No. I like, what you said about that. What about fundraising?
Fundraising, yes.
I know that's
the elephant in the room. So yes, fundraising. My approach to fundraising will be more of a diversified portfolio, diversified revenue streams. And what that looks like is, first and foremost, we all know about the pass-through money that comes from the RNC and the NRSCC. So we'll have that. And then we will also have the high dollar donors. And in fact, I'm really excited to share that I was contacted by 2 West Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago donors who are excited about my candidacy. And when I went on Saturday, they want to bring me out to Mar-a-Lago and throw a fundraiser for the AZGOP.
Nice.
And then an Arizona donor as well has stepped forward to do the same. And then the small dollar donors, we can't forget about them. We can't ignore them. And that would come through digital. So email and text. And then, of course, there's the direct mail. Those individuals who don't want to put their credit card in a computer,
they send you a check.
They'll send you a check though. And so the beauty of that, and once we get that machine going, is that we will not be dependent on any one revenue stream, because when an organization becomes dependent on any one revenue stream, then you become under their control. And what I want to create, back to the independence from the third-party organizations, I want to create an independent AZGOP with some organic fundraising that we can partner with and work with other organizations, but not be susceptible to their control.
But how do we go about from raising all of this to keeping it after 2 years? Because I mean, we end up broke. I mean, is this something that you have to do? Have to clean out the bank?
No, you don't.
Not you, you, but I
no,
mean,
you absolutely don't. And in fact, when I was executive director, my job was to execute. And I asked the leadership, the elected leadership at the time, we were leaving. We knew we were all leaving. And how much do you want to leave in the bank for the next administration, whoever that is? And I was given a figure. And it was in terms of how many months of operating expenses, not a dollar amount. It was like, we'll leave them 3 months of operating expenses so they can come in and get their feet under them, get their machines going. And I did that.
So they have time to put their hand out to the donors.
They have time, and they have time. The reality is that, and I'm not saying this is right, but this has been my experience, that when new chairs come in, they want to bring in not only their own staff, but they want to bring in their own consultants, their own vendors, and it's relationship based. Politics is relationship based, right? And so that contributes to the stop, start.
Yeah, because it's so sad, because you're like, oh, we got $24 million from all these different, and then when the new chairman comes and he has his first meeting,
it's like there's $5.
We're down $5,000. That's all we have. All our bills are paid, but we don't, we got to start raising money again.
If all the bills are paid, that's a good step, though.
So I don't know. It's just they need to develop a program where the new chairman comes in and says, well, we have a balance here, and this balance is pretty good, but we still have to raise funds, and it's just so sad to hear sometimes that you guys.
I'm glad though for what you said, because there is a fear of like, are the new chairman going to come in with like the one donor and that one donor control them? So I'm glad that you are letting people know you have a plan, because you don't want that either. I mean, I know I wouldn't want that if I'm the person.
It's not a long-term plan for success.
It's not, and it's not really viable, because like you said, then you just sort of slowly morph into an arm of something instead of, AZGOP has to stand on its own.
Yes, we do.
It has to.
We have to.
Yeah.
And we want to, right? We want to. We want to be the leader in Arizona Republican politics. And we coordinate with the other organizations. And I really do believe that within the AZGOP, when we can harness our counties and our LDs and get them marching towards one goal, we're very powerful.
And the TARs.
Because
they're up and coming PCs.
They are.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah. Can't wait to graduate them onto.
So besides the chairman, are there other offices open that are running?
Yes, there are other offices.
Everything except the treasurer, I think. Because it's first vice chair, second vice chair, third vice chair, secretary, because the current secretary resigned to run for one of those other, and then assistant secretary, sergeant at arms, and assistant sergeant. So it's literally every office except the treasurer.
Wow.
Is that for?
It's going to be a long day.
Well, the treasurer's been there for how long?
A year, right?
Yeah, he was elected last January in 25.
And
so
his performance is pretty good, or is it average? Or are you
this is our first meeting where he's going to get to give a report, I think. So
that's good. And he's in my 30-day plan in week 1. So that's one of the first things that a chair needs to do is sit down with the treasurer and get a very good feel for the lay of the land, the burn rate, the financial outlook over 90 days. What are our commitments financially? What are our risks financially? What are our outstanding liabilities? What's our revenue stream look like? And get a handle on that very, very quickly.
As I talked to Dr. Bob about this, I'm one of the members at large for AZGOP. Do you have anything special planned for us yet?
Well, yes. So I would say twofold. I have a robust communication plan to the organization, including the executive committee, which you sit on, and the grassroots, the state committeemen themselves. And so as part of that communication plan, my vision is that, we have to have 3 in-person executive committee meetings per year, but we will be adding optional monthly Zoom calls of the executive committee. And it's during those Zoom calls that we will begin to cascade the strategy and have those conversations with the counties. What do you need? Does this work for you? Do you have other resource needs or constraints? And then secondly, I would say to the MAL, so part of that will be communicating that strategy, giving the feedback to the state party. We need to hear from you. And then secondly, I am a big believer in, because I guess I did it. It's like, what's your passion? What do you want to go do to make a difference?
So, and your chair let you do that by forming
by doing the school board boot camp. And if your passion is life, whatever, then you want to go do something to help with messaging, to help with that conservative agenda around life, then why would I stop you from doing that? My role would be to support you and elevate you and amplify your work, because you will be, you'll pursue it relentlessly.
Right.
If you're passionate
it's like how people say, if you love what you do, you never go to work.
Yes.
So like if you get volunteers who have an absolute passion and drive for a specific cause, they don't mind doing the 100 man hours that we talked about earlier, right? It's fine because they're your mic. It's fine because they want to do it. And so if you can tap into those things, and obviously the party has a lot of platform pegs, we do,
and there's work to be done in all of those areas,
right?
And we just talked about how we're resource constrained, and we're an organization of volunteers, and you can't tell volunteers you will go do this if it's something that they're not passionate about. So that would be my strategy with the mouse.
And so if you have to talk to the PCs, I mean, state committee men, for this Saturday, what will be your message to them on how to prepare for that meeting and what they should be thinking about when they attend that meeting?
So first of all, I would say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to serve you. The decision that we're faced with on Saturday is it's a heavy decision on our shoulders, because I really do believe that what happens on Saturday will determine the future of Arizona, not just in November, but possibly for a generation. And so please, I believe of the candidates that I am the most prepared. I have the experience. I know what works in the AZ GOP. I know what slows us down. I know when the pressure hits and what has to be in place before the pressure hits. And November's coming at us very, very fast. So I appreciate your consideration. Please visit my website, pamkirbyaz.com. And I hope that I have the opportunity to earn your vote and serve you.
Okay, thank you very much for being on.
We have a couple more minutes. Are you excited for Saturday? Like you said, the closer it gets, the more you get energized.
Yes, the closer it gets, the more I get energized. The campaign's going really well, and getting lots of positive feedback, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. And let's bring the fun back to the AZ GOP.
Yeah, I feel like it seems like people seem like they're a little tense about it. You know, I don't know if it's because it's like a new place and it's not like the comfort of being at Dream City. You know what I mean? So I feel like people are a little on edge. And I think if we could take some of that, let's enjoy this, guys.
Yes.
You know, this is our meeting, our chance to get together with, people you don't see except at the meeting, because I don't know about you, but I'm not in, Payson very often or what have you. You know what I mean? So it's nice. And I think that if we could really let people know, like, let's enjoy it.
Yes.
Let's in my opinion, I think you should just prayerfully consider what you should do, and then we'll be able to enjoy the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So why did they put it in Prescott? Is it just taking turns and different?
I don't know. It's at the discretion of the chair. So.
Right. The rural counties had been asking for it. So
the rural county.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I think when they told me it's going to be in Prescott Valley, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm going to take the kids. We're going to do an Airbnb. My kids were super excited. I was surprised to find out that so many people were a little not thrilled about it, because we were excited. We're like, maybe it'll snow, but we don't get out much. So maybe that's what it is. But we were pretty excited. But it's just that it was just, I think that Gina had made a promise to the rurals that she would try and move something out there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't also think they're expecting it to be a regular thing either. I'm pretty sure next year we'll probably be in Phoenix and no one will be shocked about that. So it's not like, it's an entitlement thing. But.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, guys.
And for you to come on our show, it's such an honor, and for you to take time out from your.
Is this the first time you've been on Chips and Salsa?
No,
okay.
It's not.
No,
it's the second. I was on Chips and Salsa when we were at the Latinos for Trump office on Baseline.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Alice did a lot of shows there.
Yes,
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for her to come and share this moment with us. We're so grateful. And so the Chipsters, if you're a state committee man, remember Pam Kirby. Vote for Pam Kirby for AZ GOP.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And she's our last one, so we're done now. We'll see everyone on Saturday.